I'll say that. I was beginning to feel like the only person in the world who thought it sucked.
Oh.
You are the only person in the world who thought it sucked. But you're right, it didn't make sense. It made dollars.
Hello, folks, and welcome. I don't know what I'm going to label this. I'm actually going to do something new. Hopefully, if I remember, I will actually do this from now on. But anyways, what we're here to talk about is the series review of Lost in Space, aka Lost in Space Season 1. So, this one actually is going to be a very interesting one because I actually watched it with someone who watched Lost in Space when it was on way back in the day. And of course, there's concerns, there's some things that they did, and let's just get into it. Note, this will have spoilers. So, for those who actually want to watch the series, go right ahead. It's on Netflix. Pause this video, run from this video, and come back in a later day if you can find it. Anyways, let's get started, shall we? So, first things first is difference from the previous TV show that's happened decades ago, and now is that they decide to make Will Robinson a coward. Now, here is what fans said, is that Will Robinson is a hero. Will is actually very, very brave and very intelligent. So, in this version, he is very intelligent, but he also is a bit of a coward. This is my idea. My thought is that what they're going to do within the seasons is actually show him growing. So he's going to go from being this guy, this kid, who actually is a bit scary, who's a bit cowardish, and turn into a hero. So he's going to grow into his own, and that's what they're going to use this series for. Is to actually make you see how Will Robinson actually grew into the person we see in the final season. Next up is something very interesting, which, well, then it got derailed, and I don't know. We're just going to have to understand it in a different way, even though I'm now completely against it, because I'm not against it. It's just that I don't like what they chose to do. They had so many things to do, and instead they didn't do it. So what they did was make Judy Robinson another ethnicity. So instead of her being Caucasian, she's actually black. Now, what I would figure is that what happened, well, actually, I thought of it already, whereas the fact that she was adopted. That's what I thought. She was adopted. And, well, sadly, the person who actually was the fan of the series, person actually said that it was a good idea. She happened before the marriage, and basically, I guess the dad had an affair. We'll say A, the dad had an affair, or B, the dad actually had a daughter, and maybe the mother died, and maybe he remarried, and that could have happened. That could have actually kind of happened, and that would have made sense, where it's like, yeah, so she was very big of herself as a mom. The Ms. Robinson we know, Leanna? Anyways, she actually is a big person because she decided to actually take care of this person who isn't her own blood. That's what I thought. And we're going to maybe have even more leakage and even more thoughts of where it's like, yeah, so he did have an affair. Will he do it again? And then the crazy part is that, well, it turns out at the very end of the series of this season, they actually told us that, no, he is not the father. So does that mean that maybe, just maybe, mom was the one who cheated on him? And that would actually, I mean, we don't actually have evidence of that. Technically, there's more leaning of her actually being adopted now, which I agree with. I kind of want to have more tension in there, but, oh, well, frick it. Even though, personally, I would kind of actually like the mom to have been with the affair, considering what was his name? John Robinson? Yeah, John Robinson actually is now part of the armed forces. Something completely different from what the TV show had. So he was part of the armed forces. And basically, he was away for a long while. He actually wanted to stay away. And they had a messed up relationship. Yeah, that's one other thing that's messed up about this show. Quotation's messed up, but not really. It actually shows how in the very end of the series, the season, how strong their relationship got now. Their relationship is stronger than ever. Beforehand, it was more the fact of he actually wanted to stay away from him. They were actually growing apart. The mom actually was going to go on this exploration with her kids without him because, well, she actually wanted custody of the kids. So, custody papers. And he actually came with them. That's what he did. He came with them. So it makes sense that how, even though it's kind of weird, it's like, so he had an affair, in quotations, he had an affair, or just the fact of I don't know. They talked about a dance or something, and he took someone else. I'm not sure, or it's just the fact of he just wanted to stay away and go into war, which of course those who actually are soldiers one could tell you that sometimes you actually crave the war. Sometimes the war just becomes a part of a person, and there's no way of actually shaking it off. So what usually happens? They go back to war. And that's what happened with this guy. And it makes sense that when it comes to Judy, mom decided to actually have an affair secretly. So that's what happened. The mom had an affair. He's okay now. It's like, I don't know. It's crazy. I would have preferred he was the dad and he actually had the baby beforehand and whatever. Anyways, continue on. So the robot, the robot, which I forgot if he had a name or not. I think he did. It's just that bleh. Robot actually has a kind of different design and different origin. So this robot kind of reminded me of Stitch. Stitch or the Iron Giant are both mixed together because he has a different form. He has a form when he has 4 arms, and he has a form where he's humanoid with only 2 arms. So we don't really know the actual origin of this robot, but we kind of actually assume that this is the same robot that attacked their freaking station, aka the Resolute. And that's like, oh fuck. And if he's the same one, then that means that he crash landed on that planet as well, and he got separated. So how he actually became friends with Will is because Will actually saved him because his legs was down there and his whole upper body is actually stuck on a tree. So what he does is cut him free. Robot saves him, and now they have a bond. Holy freak! Within this freaking series, bond it gets tested and is it's like crazy. It's very crazy. I'm not going to spoil that part. That's the good news. I'm not going to spoil that. Like I said, almost changed shape. Heck, when he was stuck in a tree, he was about to actually die. So he technically saved his life. Now, here we go with freaking Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith, aka June Harris. Not to be mixed up with Jessica Harris. Now, as you can figure out, she actually is a fake, and also she actually is a woman. Yeah. And it turns out that there was an original Dr. Smith that she actually took the freaking coat off of. And Dr. Smith was just there. He has a freaking wounded leg. Holy frick. She just took the jacket, ran for it, scanned it, and took 2 people with her. That's one thing you need to know. It's like, yeah, she took 2 people with her. And, well, of course, she's a manipulative liar, and apparently she's a thief. She killed a man. The man was about to actually kill another person and another person. Technically, yeah, she was about to freaking them just kill them and leave them for dead. Actually, just leave them for dead. Same diff. Lots of crap happened there. She is a messed up individual. Oh man, talk about Dr. Smith. Well, this original Dr. Smith, even though it's not even Dr. Smith, she actually is stronger and less of a coward than the Dr. Smith the fan knew in the TV show. So that's thumbs up plus, I guess. On the other hand, damn on all of that. Just damn. Not to mention the horrible freaking joke comments where they were like, oh man, Dr. Smith, he was a pedophile. It was like, oh, you bastards. And I was like, oh, frick. So since this new one came, does that mean they could actually make it twisted where this Dr. Smith, who is a woman, actually have some horrible, horrible freaking thing with Will? But of course, chances are it's a no. Chances are it's a no. They're not going to do that. Of course not. course they won't. Of course not. As for those who actually does that crap where they're like, oh yeah, Dr. Smith, he was a pedophile back in the day. It's like, well, times have changed, and usually when it comes to time, sometimes time actually make things look very, very horrible and not what it looks like. It's like, my gosh, you guys have... Anyways, let's continue on, shall we? So, in this one, we actually have John Robinson being freaking screwed over by his wife so many times. Ball busting is what fans said. So John actually gets freaking damn sassed by his wife. His wife actually is the captain. The wife's the captain, and eventually by the end of the series, they are the captain. They're both captains. Or, I don't know. He's at least a pilot or something like that. And he's a pilot too, so I don't know. My gosh. Of course, we do have the other guy who actually is a part of this, which is the chief, or basically the mechanic or engineer. Forgot his name. They changed him, definitely. What they did with him is actually made him a smuggler. So he actually smuggled alcohol, because in a new world, they don't have whiskey. So he smuggles whiskey, and it's kind of crazy enough that the thing he replaced for the whiskey was actually the thing that they actually might have needed when it comes to the Resolute. So the extra pieces that he got rid of, well, and it's kind of funny where they actually make a joke saying, we got lots of mugs. It's like, how exactly getting rid of that part is a smart idea than getting rid of all those mugs? That's a good question that I don't have to answer for. At least the guy actually is pretty cool. And of course, let's talk about some Easter eggs. 2 Easter eggs I can see. There's lots of other Easter eggs that most likely happened. One, in Will's room, there is a robot that kind of resembles the original look of the robot. So that's pretty cool. That one's in episode... I can't really pinpoint you the episode. It's like maybe 6 or 8. Or heck, it was in there in the beginning. You just need to see it at a perfect angle. And number 2 is that when it came to trying to actually do the first attempt to actually escape and try to get the Resolute to notice them, actually did exactly what the old TV show did, where John Robinson was the pilot and the chief engineer was the co-pilot, just like in the TV show. Like he always had a co-pilot, and there you go. Let's see. Wake up, you stupid idiot. Let's see. Oh yeah. Of course, parent issues, but it got resolved later on. That was something that was in the TV show, and they actually hinted John Robinson was going to die in this one episode. It's like, yes, they got so close at this episode and the funniest part is that this episode caused so much stress on the freaking fan. I guess it was well done in a way. Not sure. Oh yeah, there's a lot of different things from the old one and this one that's now happened, the reimagining version. Me personally, I did see the old version. I did see like a few episodes, but this one was pretty interesting. It suckered me in. It is a very well done, awesome TV show. I like it. I like it so much. So beginning to end, oh man, they made sure that yes, there's going to be a season 2. Oh my gosh. And the funny part is that they had a hint. They had a foreshadowing of what happened when it came to Alien drawing something in the sand. So yeah, that comes back. That's interesting. That comes back. They also did the whole thing of where Will was about to make the robot walk off the cliff and he didn't, and that comes back again. That definitely comes back. Lots of stuff that happens in this. Lots of stuff. Completely a different show. It's an interesting, great show. The graphics have nothing to truly make you say, what? The graphics were very well done. It's very awesome. And side note, apparently Earth is uninhabitable, so that's why there's a new world that you can go to if you're lucky enough. Just don't mention about what happened to Jessica Harris. Anyways, go ahead, check out that series for yourself, and it's just a good series. If you haven't seen it, well, it's a good idea to see it. I didn't spoil much. I spoiled some, but not a lot. So thank you for watching, folks. Stay tuned for the next one coming someday. Yeah, someday.